quiet Saturday with postponements, but it seems the midweek championship fixtures will be going ahead. Let's assume they are. So here are my predictions. Get involved with your predictions down there in the comments. I'm going to forecast each and every championship game. Whatever is going to happen with police and stewards is going to happen. We'll just have some fun and assume the best case scenario. Swansea versus Sheffield United. Leaders Sheffield United head off to Swansea for an intriguing one. The Blades have just started building up their away form, while Swansea had a little tweak in shape and strategy last time out and won at home to QPR. Can the newly in form McBurney keep his scoring run going against his former side? I think the Blades would have benefited from playing at home going into this one, but still have the air of a side flexing their muscles right now. Away! Norwich versus Bristol City. Two in-form teams meeting at Carrow Road. Norwich have won 5 on the trot, with maybe a little sense of them just being Norwich at championship level rather than quickly developing into an amazing side by September. Bristol City look perhaps more like they've found their formula. They have goals, youngsters, quite a nice feel about them. Obviously, Norwich still have the star power, so I don't really see them losing. But maybe this new-look Bristol City side gets something here. Draw! Reading versus Sunderland. God knows what to make of this one. Look, if we assume that Reading's excellent start is not a flash in the pan and their flawless home record is continuing, then look no further than a Royals win. Sunderland changed managers 2 games ago. They've won 1. Lost 1 under Tony Mowbray. But across the season, they do already have 2 away wins. Maybe the fact Lucas João will probably be there and Ross Stewart will not be there provides another pull towards Reading. Home! Preston versus Burnley. I think we know where we are with Burnley, while Preston are still in one of the most bizarre runs of results to start a season I think we've ever seen. North End have finally lost and been scored against, but they really need to start scoring now with the worst tally by far in the league. Burnley, well, they had a lovely old time in their recent local trip to Wigan. I'm not saying quite so many goals, but I think they get the win. Away! Blackburn v Watford. Another 2 sides I wouldn't say have settled into a steady rhythm quite yet. Blackburn have won 4, lost 4, so they're completely either or, all or nothing. Watford have picked up some really good tight home wins against some tough opponents, but they've drawn all 4 of their away games thus far. In short, Watford always draw, Blackburn never draw. So if we're going to go for some kind of win, and I say this with absolutely no certainty whatsoever, I'm probably just in on Watford. Away? Millwall v QPR. Look, we'll ignore Millwall's rather leading-looking statement about policing in London and hope this one goes ahead. The Lions will hope it does and they can continue their good home form and see if at some point the winning habit transfers to the road. QPR, not quite sure where we are under Beale yet. They had the key individuals, but they're coming up against a very good defensive structure. Doesn't feel a lot in it. Let's assume both sides get a modicum of success, which all means draw. At the halfway mark, I'd love you to hit the thumbs up button and like the video. And why not consider joining us over on Patreon. Patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom for a little bit of extra fun over there. Rotherham versus Blackpool. This season has taught us to immediately favour Rotherham at home, but looking at Blackpool's away record, I think we might need to reconsider that for this one. Pool, 7 points in 3 on the road, including 2 clean sheet wins and an excellent comeback draw at Burnley. I think the Tangerines can score in this one. The question, as ever, when you go to the New York, can you stand up to the intensity and the set plays? Rotherham do that so well. I'm less confident there. Let's just go down the middle again. Draw! Hull versus Stoke. Alex Neil goes into game 3 as Stoke boss, looking for win number 1. But Hull away has been a tricky trip this season. Sheffield United cracked the code last weekend, but they are top of the table. Hull have won the other 3 home games. Loads of technical quality in that Hull team means this might be a bit of a style against substance type conundrum here. And I wouldn't put it past the Tigers to pull out another one of those successful MKM show-ins. Home! Huddersfield v Wigan. So, Huddersfield played 7-1 win. Wigan played 7-1 defeat. What am I to think? Wigan are brilliantly stoic, aren't they, under Liam Richardson? They really know how to stay in games and not lose them. Undefeated away from home too. Huddersfield will obviously feel a bit hard done by with that goal line tech failing in the home defeat against Blackpool. But look, move on. No wins in 4 though for the Terriers. I'll go for that to continue, but I'll have them getting a point. Draw! West Brom v Birmingham. I'm looking at 2 factors here. With Birmingham, have they got the potential to build around a couple of really good players now in central midfield after deadline day? Chong and Bielik paired together. With West Brom, broken record, I know it's the same thing every week. It's the ludicrous disparity between chances made, XG, etc., and ultimately winning games. The fact Birmingham have won more games than West Brom is a real eye-opener in that regard. I'm sure with it being a derby, it'll be tight. But here I go. Let's make the same mistake again. Baggies. Home! Middlesbrough v Cardiff. I'm fairly confident about this one, which is never ever a good thing in these prediction shows. I have Borough trending in the right direction, making lots of chances, playing at home and having added well during the transfer window. I have Cardiff on the road where they're yet to win, really not making any chances of scoring many goals. Maybe the arrival of Callum Robinson changes things long-term for the Bluebirds. But famous last words, it's all pointing towards Borough for me. Home! Luton versus Coventry. I thought Luton were up and running with 7 points in 3, but they conspired to lose a home game against Wigan that they led going into the last period. Coventry, anything but up and running. We know the pitch problems have put them back weeks in terms of getting up to speed, and it's now 4 defeats in a row. I'd make Luton favourites. They're not really sticking the ball in the net like they were last season, so I think it'll be tighter than otherwise, but I'll still back the Hatters. Home! Get down there in the comments with your predictions. Normal requests, have fun, don't be a snowflake. They're predictions. I would normally be telling you now how I did last time, but no games means no update, so I can proudly say I did not get any wrong from the last set of predictions. Hopefully this week will be a little bit more normal after a footballless weekend, but if you feel the need, you can of course reacquaint yourself with everything that's happened in the Championship this season. We've reviewed each and every game week, and if you click right here, you'll be taken to our lovely playlist.